You haven't been paid to do this. You've been made to do this. All right? You've got all the pieces that you need. Everything that you need to build this business is right in front of you. You don't need anything else other than what you have. After this weekend, you got to take action on what you have. All right? These are the 7 deadly traps costing fitness experts time, money, and energy, and how to easily sidestep them all. Okay? The first one is attempting to avoid rejection. Attempting to avoid rejection. Here's what I've learned. If you want higher levels of success, you need higher levels of rejection. And what I've learned about rejection is that if you're getting an emotional response to it, it simply means you're not getting enough of it. Okay? When you get more rejection, you desensitize yourself to it. This goes for relationships. This goes for virtually every area of your life. You're going to try to recruit an affiliate, rejected. Try and close the deal, rejected. You're going to put out some great content, rejected. You're going to tell your wife about what you want to do, rejected. You're going to tell your spouse, this is what we need to do, rejected. All right? And rejection is not intended to be an emotional thing, but we interpret it as an emotional thing. If I say no to someone, hey, I don't want to do business with you, I'm not trying to spite you. It's simply because it's just a no. It's nothing personal. So how do we build up this ability to tolerate rejection? We make rejection the target. Now this, I want to put a caveat on this. This is in the beginning phases of your business. You need to do as many sales calls as possible, and you want to look to get rejected at least 7 out of 10 times. Hey, now you're starting to hit some targets. All right? And you want to understand that you're moving towards getting a yes. All right? Rejection has to be your target in the beginning because it means that you're moving in the right direction. All right? Make rejection the target. All right? There's a couple ways we can overcome this. One, we got to get a bigger pipeline. All right? If you've got a bigger pipeline of leads, when somebody says no, it's no big deal. All right? If you got $1,000 in your pocket and you lose $1, are you going to be crying about it? So the root problem of why we take rejection so personally is because there's not a big enough pipeline. Right? I used to get so hurt when I would try and make a move on my wife. And she'd say, not tonight. Not tonight. And I'm like, and I would take it personally. I'm like, what's wrong? I worked hard all this week. Wait, again? And then I start running all this stuff through my head. Maybe I married the wrong one. She doesn't get me. This is crap. What the heck? And I'm like, I just need to keep trying. I'm not desensitized yet. I just got to understand I got a lifetime to live with her. Hey, I just got to keep trying. I can't give up. I got to try something else. And just keep going. All right? So you're going to keep getting rejected. It's normal. If you're not getting rejected, I'm concerned. All right? Because it means you're not trying anymore. Is this helpful for anyone? You got to look for more, all right? You got to get a bigger pipeline, and ultimately the way we avoid rejection is we get better. When we get better at closing, you will not receive as much rejection. We ultimately need to improve the conversion of our sales page so that we do see sales coming in, so we're not worried about the 98% of people that aren't buying because it's pretty much normal for only a 2% conversion rate on most sales pages. So we're okay with that. We're okay with the majority of our followers not engaging, because we know we only need 1,000 true fans to build a 7-figure business. All right? We start seeing this. I don't need to close everybody on the phone today. I need to close 3 or 4 every single day to hit my financial target. All right? Remember, if I reject you, if someone rejects you, it's not ill will. It's just a no. All right? Don't take it personally. All right? You're not a bad person. All right? It's not a sign that this wasn't meant to be. Okay? This is really big. I see so many people just tapping out early because they don't have this right. All right? I've got a couple quotes for you. Make rejection your target. 2, believing the man on the white horse is coming to save you. All right, I want to make a very clear difference. It's one thing to invest into a business coach, a mentor. It's a completely different thing to just hand off the marketing to somebody else to fix. Hey, can you fix my sales page for me? Hey, can you write a script for my ad for me? Hey, can you help me write this email to recruit affiliates for me? All right? You are robbing yourself of the opportunity to learn the most important skill to grow your business, which is how to convert, how to communicate, how to market. All right? These are skills you cannot outsource. All right? A lot of people I think Natalie will share this later today, that she spent a lot of time just handing stuff over to other gurus and experts. Do you know the secret to figuring out if a guru or an expert is any good? Who said that? You pay them. You got to find out by paying them. And guess what? They're likely just on the other side of the computer Googling the answers. I'm like, I think he's Googling the answers because I've heard this isn't anything different. So you have to understand that you cannot delegate marketing. Guess who's the best marketer in my company? Guess who's the best closer? All right? Guess who's got the vision? All right? So you need to become the best at marketing and at closing. You have to study the greats. You got to read books. You got to read sales pages. You cannot be a fitness expert first. You have to become a fitness marketer first and a fitness expert second. People need to know you, as his fitness information is really good, but her marketing is incredible. And that's why you're here. Do not rob yourself of the opportunity to learn this stuff. I'm just going to delegate this. That's not how you build a business, all right? You actually have to get better at communicating. You have to get better on video. You have to keep testing different swipe ups. I was out there filming with these guys this morning. It took me 5 takes to get one 15-second swipe up video for an ad. I got to just keep practicing. I'm not going to get it the first time, even though I've been doing this for 12 years. Okay? That one didn't work. We got to try this one. All right? We know that everything we do is going to require some time and testing. Number 3, believing you are alone in your deficiencies. There's a verse in the Bible, 1 Corinthians 10:13, that goes like this: "For no temptation has seized me except what is common to man. And God will not give me more than I can handle. And if there is too much, He'll give me a way to stand up under it." And I really love that. While that's talking about temptation, in business, it's normal for there to be a temptation to quit. All right? It's normal to want to quit. And you have to understand that this isn't uncommon. All right? You don't have to beat yourself up. All right? It's actually ordinary. All right? When you wake up in the morning, has anybody woken up early, any time recently and said, "This crap again? Really? I'm dealing with this again? Another no-show? The page isn't converting again? This Instagram post isn't getting the engagement again?" Anybody wake up with that ever? Well, guess what? That's going to come forever. This is common. This isn't unordinary. You're not the only person going through this. All right? You are not alone in your deficiencies. You're not alone in your problems. You're not alone in your challenges. All right? We're all going through the same stuff. Your entrepreneurial struggles are not specific to you. They're common, they're ordinary, and the same path to success is available to all. You just have to figure out, okay, I'm dealing with this right now. How did so-and-so figure this one out? He doesn't seem much smarter than me. He's not any better looking than me. She's not any smarter than me. How did they figure this one out? Okay? Number 4, escaping to indecision, fear, and what's the last point here? Richard, you got my finger. What's the last point here? Hang on a second, guys. I just had control. My bad. There you go. Escaping to indecision, control, and fear that actually enslave you. How many people think that control is actually like a good place to go? We talked about this yesterday. Can you grow when you're in control? Why?
Gotta let one go.
You got to let it go. Why? If you want to grow, you've got to go somewhere you haven't been. Is that scary? So you got to let go of what you're comfortable with. All right? So a lot of people escape the control. When things aren't working out, we're restructuring our team. We're giving, we've got sales on Kate on full-time sales. Jay's moving into our head coach position, right? We've got a head of enrollment. Sorry, we've got our appointment booker, on our Instagram, and these are all new full-time responsibilities. Things that I held on to myself. But if I hold on to these, will I be able to create the content to create more ads and create more goodwill in the marketplace to grow? I'm going to stay stuck. So I have to go through the process as well to take the time to level up my team and make sure they have what they need and make sure they're doing their responsibilities properly so that I can put myself in a position to get more attention. Or else I'm going to stay stuck in my basement forever. All right, another big place we escape to is indecision. I'll just wait for the timing to be better. Anybody done that one? I'll go wait till someday. Well, guess what? Someday isn't a day on the calendar, right? I'll wait for the stars to align. I'll wait until next year. I'll go to the next one. I'll get the next, promotion that they offer, all right? Indecision. It's the fear of making the wrong decision. And what you have to reframe is that, hey, I'm going to learn by just testing this out, and I'm going to gain experiences on the battlefield. I'm going to gain lessons. All right? I need to focus on progress, not perfection. And this comes from a place of being afraid to, embarrass themselves. Like, what if I do this and it doesn't look good? Well, it probably doesn't look good anyways. But at least now we're going to get some feedback and we'll figure out what we need to fix next. Right? And then the last one is fear. All right? Just the fear of the unknown. I think a lot of you know that the one key belief that really helped me just continue to invest into learning. I never ran a mastermind of this capacity. I had to learn how to do it. And I had to find the mentor who'd already done it. And that was scary. And what I learned is that fear always precedes freedom. All right? Fear always precedes freedom. And I think we've been really getting duped by the social media world on what freedom is. How many of us believe that freedom is money? Having money will equal freedom. I'm going to challenge you on that. I believe it's a big lie. Because when you make some money, all right, and you get some freedom, what do you want more of? You want more money. So you can have what? More freedom. And you get more freedom, and you find somebody else who's got more freedom than you, and what do you want? More money. And then you find somebody who's got more freedom than you, and what do you want? More money. You're chasing the wrong target. Freedom money is not going to give you freedom. My definition of freedom is not needing to know the next step. I don't need to know let me just clarify that. I don't need to know all the next 10 steps. I just need to know the next step. I don't need to have the whole thing laid out for me. All right? I have faith. I have trust. All right? That I have to move in a direction I've never gone before. Does that make sense? All right? Thinking that money equals freedom is going to just loop you for the rest of your life. And you're going to get stuck in this vicious cycle. But when you say that, hey, freedom is me not needing to know exactly the outcome of this situation because my identity isn't wrapped up around what I do but who I am, then you can start moving in the right direction. I don't need this project to crush. I'm a person that learns from experiences. I'm not going to give up. I'm not a quitter. I'm going to keep going. And that's going to be where I find my sense of peace. Does that help? Anyone? It's really important to get this stuff early on. All right, so there you go. The 3 biggest reasons you won't be successful: your need for control, indecision, prison, and operating from fear. All right? Number 5, wrecking your life through but me syndrome. All right. Does anybody struggle with Instagram, looking at other people's, trying to checking in the morning to see how you're doing, letting the app in your phone determine whether you're keeping up with the rest of the world? Anybody done that before? Yeah. Awareness increases discontentment. The more awareness you have of somebody else's highlight reel and pretend TV, the more discontent you're going to be. Because what are they showing you? They're just showing they're showing you their best stuff. They're showing you the highlight reel. You're comparing your behind the scenes with their highlight reel. All right? And if you're going to compare, at least do yourself a favor and get the whole context so you have clarity. Okay. This is, how I built my, I really created a lot of, tension in the fitness industry when I said, you want to look like that guy? Well, do you want to stick a needle in your ass for the rest of your life too? You want to take the pills, right? You want to screw up your liver? Do you want to lose your hair, right? I would, because that's what they're also doing. You want to also pay a couple $1,000 for this stuff for the rest of your life? You want to have this secret lifestyle? You want to look at yourself in the mirror and realize that deep down this is something you're relying on? I know this is kind of, I'm talking about people who are using this stuff as a shortcut. And that would ruffle some feathers. So if you're going to compare, you need the full context. All right? And you don't have the full context. And if you're comparing, you can't run your race. All right? We've all been called to run a race. All right? You haven't been paid to do this. You've been made to do this. All right? You've got all the pieces that you need. Everything that you need to build this business is right in front of you. You don't need anything else other than what you have. After this weekend, you got to take action on what you have. All right? And if you're always looking in the other lane, what's going to happen? You're eventually going to run out of your lane and you're going to DQ yourself. Okay? You're going to eventually crash. All right? And you can't create great content and you can't be consistent with showing up for your audience if you're showing up without being in a state of gratitude and being grateful for the people that are in front of you, because you're wishing, well, I only have 50 followers. I only have 100 followers. Greg gets 10,000 views on his stories. Amanda gets, 30,000 followers on all of her stories. I only have 400. Well, guess what's going to happen when you start thinking like that? The people that are tuning into your world are going to sense that, and they're going to go to somebody who's more grateful for them. All right? All the attention and time you have has been given to you, and if you don't take care of it, it's going to get given to somebody else who is taking care of them, and it's going to go backwards even more. If you're not taking care of 10 people, why is God going to give you 100 people to take care of? Right? You've got to manage the little before you can manage the lot. And you just have to embrace that I'm exactly where I need to be. I mean, like the fact that we're all able to build an online business in our pajamas, I'm like, come on. Are we not living think about, we're down there filming with guys on the street. I don't know what's going on out there, but, you got to keep it in perspective what you're trying to do, right? You're trying to build a business which is essentially going to become an ATM machine that creates generational wealth and impacts people by taking your ideas, productizing them, and doing it on your own terms. I would say that's going to take some time, right? So you have to just keep in mind, hey, you got to remind yourself every once in a while, hey, I signed up for something that's got a lot of blessings, but it's going to come with a lot of burdens as well. Number 5, wrecking your life. Okay, we did this one. So comparison, I truly believe that this is the #1 weapon of the devil. All right? He uses it for mass distraction and mass destruction. Because if he can get you thinking about, somebody else, then you can't be the person that you were meant to be, who you were called to be. All right? And it's bad. Anyways, number 6, avoiding the hurt box. All right, my coach Bejos, he likes to call this avoiding the suck factor. All right? Avoiding the things that you just have to face. Our pastor says anything that comes with great opportunity is going to come with great pain. All right? And it was kind of like what we were just saying. You're trying to do something great. All right? If you're trying to do a 600-pound deadlift, is that going to be easy? It's going to be hard. You're going to beat up your joints. You're going to have to put your body through brutal workouts. You're going to have to deprive yourself of certain foods that you enjoy. You're going to have to go to bed early. You're going to have to make sacrifices, right? That's called getting in the hurt box, all right? And you just have to realize that pain comes with this game, all right? You just signed up for a painful game. Where's my dad? Is he in here? He said a really great quote when I was, frustrated one day about something. I got really disappointed about, I take things a little too personal. I don't know if it's my Italian nature or whatnot, and he said, this is what you signed up for. He goes, settle upon your heart, son, that you settled up for a profession that's not easy. Hey, do you guys mind me sharing this, by the way? Is this refreshing compared to what you hear on social media? Because on social media, all you guys see, you guys are going to go on your apps right on the break here. You're going to look at somebody else, and you're going to get sucked right into that world, and you're going to see the tip of the iceberg. And I'm trying to show you what lies beneath the iceberg, okay? Because that's that's okay. You saw the tip, and we've got something to aspire to, but we have to realize that there's a big foundation underneath. And you're all fighting the right battles. You are all right where you need to be, all right? So avoiding the hurt box is huge. Just like waking up in the morning and expecting there not to be problems. When I wake up in the morning, I wake up knowing there's going to be problems in my inbox. Guess what? I'm in business because other people have problems. I get paid because you guys have problems. You guys get paid because people have problems. If people didn't have problems, you wouldn't be able to do any of this. So you guys get off this whole thing, oh man, this is hard. I can't believe I got to optimize the page again. I got to rewrite it. I got to hire this guy. I got to learn how to do this. I got to read books on how to optimize the headline. Yeah, that's what you got to do. If there was another way, I would be teaching you it. Anything with potential for great things will come with the potential for great pain. With my whopping 135 there. That wasn't a staged photo. I was at New York City at 5 in the morning. Why didn't I have more in the bar there, guys? What?
Give yourself a break.
That was my warm-up set. Baby weight training, guys. Baby weights. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. I had a lot of inward intent on that set. All right? I was contracting hard. Yeah. All right, number 7, last one here. Relying on the relying on. Can you say number 7 again? Sorry, 1 second, yeah. Oh, sorry. Relying on tactics and playing the short game. Did you know that 90% of entrepreneurs rely solely on tactics? Did you also know that 90% of entrepreneurs are out of business within 5 years? All right, so today on one of the presentations, we're going to give you a strategy that helped me grow my fitness business to over 7 figures and sustain that for almost a decade because of not just tactics. Tactics work better when you have a strategy, and we're going to show you how to play the long game, all right? And we're going to teach you how to become, well, I'm spoiling some of my points, I'll wait for that. But we've got to stop relying on tactics, and we'll explain why those are very short-lived, all right? Strategy is where it's at, playing the long game, something that will unfold over time. An example for us is creating our case study videos. Mikey's not cheap. I could afford 2 guys full-time for the same rate that I pay him for 2 days. But he creates the assets that we need to bring people into this room so this continues to grow. So I make that investment. That's a long-term strategy. I know that within the next year, when we have a library of over 25 high-quality becoming an entrepreneur stories, this brand will become indestructible, all right? And you have to ask yourself, how do I build an indestructible brand? Well, I need social proof. I need to show people that I know what I'm doing, all right? So I'm going to have to invest into these assets that build trust, all right? So I'm playing a long game. So when he sends me that check, I don't look at it anymore, by the way. If you're looking at how many people look at their bank accounts? They try and do it a little less because it's probably stressing you out, right? All right, I don't look at my bank account anymore. I have somebody do all my finances because it always messed up my chi and I never understood. And I told Bejos this and he goes, you look at your bank account? Holy crap, how do you do that? I never look at my bank account. I got someone who takes care of that all for me. I'm like, oh my God. I look at it sometimes for 5 seconds and I'm stressed the rest of the day. I can't do the IG video that would have produced some clients to pay for the stuff that was on my credit card. So look at your bank account less and focus on the stuff that's actually going to increase top line. All right? The tactics trained causes 90% of entrepreneurs to crash within 5 years. All right, let's pause there. Of those 5, let's hear from 5 people here. Just put your hand up. Which one resonated with you the most?